going live. This is good. Okay. Now we're just getting started here, trying to get everything all situated. Let's see. We got some something a little bit different happening today. I actually have my daughter on this with me, and so I'm going to be watching her do this animation that we're going to be doing, so I can kind of do it in a way that's so I don't go too fast, right? I'm going to try and have her walk through this with me. So she's with me today, and it's going to be good. So hello to everybody out there. Today we're going to be doing simple drawing again, and we're going to animate it. Okay, today we're going to do this boat with this trees in the background, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So let's get started. One of the things I wanted to show you first, though, is how to. Oh shoot! Now I got to watch an advertisement here. Is how to. Let me get this over here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Is how to actually save a movie. I don't know that I ever showed you that. So we're going to show you how to save a movie and how to take a picture and save a picture out of it. So in this scenario, when you have your picture up here, you just go to the three dots up in the corner, up in the right-hand corner, and then you're going to see your right at the bottom. It says "Make a Movie." Hold on one second. Let me get over here. Need to check something out real quick. Okay, so we're going to go to Make a Movie, and then you can just hit Make a Movie. Okay, it's going to go, and then it's going to show you that we made the movie and ask you if you want to share it. So I hit share, and then I just hit save to my device, and that'll save it right to whatever device you're using. Right? I'll save it to my phone, which is what I'm using. You can upload it to YouTube or send it to Facebook. There's other options. You can go to more and do different things, but I just hit save to my device. It's saved to my photo library, and we're good. So you can close that. The next thing you can do is and this is one of the things that I wanted you guys to share. I want you to share your video, but also share a picture. So if you haven't had a chance to animate it yet, but you do have a picture, like one of these little pictures, you go to the same place, the three little dots up in the top, and then you go to your frames viewer. That brings up all your frames, and then you can pick one of those frames that you like. I'm gonna grab one with the fish. That's like this one. And I just hold my finger on it, and then down at the bottom you have all your options: the delete, the share, the copy. So we go to share, which is that little guy like that. I'm gonna share that, and then I can just save it. I can text it to somebody if I want to, but this one I'm just going to save image. Okay, and so that saves it right to all my photos. So it's in there, and then I can go back and I can upload it to Facebook. You can get on our Facebook page, go to this event, and then in the comments you can just upload that picture. So I want to see what you guys are doing. Okay, it's important to share your images. It's important to share the things that you create. Okay, you, just like God did, he created the heavens and the earth. He created all of us. And when he was finished on the seventh day, right, what did he say? He said it was good. It's good. It's good. his creation is good, right? He wants to share it with us, and then he created us, right? It's a good thing. So you're just like he is, right? You were made in his image and likeness. So you be creative, but then you have to share it, all right? Don't file it away in a notebook where nobody can see it, right? It's an important part of the creative process to share it with people, okay? It brings joy, it brings good things. I mean, it makes people feel good when you share that creativity with other people. Don't worry about how good it is. If it looks like mine, if it's you don't think it looks as good as mine, don't worry about it. Oh, I can't do it as well as Mr. John, or I can't, sketch or draw as well as Miss Anna. Don't worry about any of that. Just do what God's given you, okay? What He's showing you. He tells you how, to color it. You use that creativity, make it and share it. It's going to bless people. That's one of the things that we're all doing now, right? We're all stuck at home, nothing to do, doing some animation, being creative. Let's share it, okay? Let's share it with somebody. Now, if you're just drawing this by hand, do the same. Just take a picture of it, share it on the event, okay? I'm going to be looking for those, okay? Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to go back and we are going to start a new project. And we're going to name this Boat and Fish. Advertisements. Okay, blank screen. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, first thing I'm going to show you is something that we haven't done a lot with yet, but we're going to work with layers today. Okay, so layers are just like if you have something in the background, that would be a layer. If you have something in front of that you want to move and you don't want to disturb the background, that would be another layer. And you can just add several layers. We're going to work with just 2 layers today, okay? The first layer that we're going to work on is the background. So that was when you were looking at that picture, it was the sky and the water and the trees in the back. And so down in the right-hand corner, you see that the little layers button. There's just 1 layer right now. That's good. That's all we need. We'll add the second layer later. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our ruler up at the top, and our ruler shows up, our line ruler, right? So we're gonna pull it down just a little bit, maybe, and we're going to draw a line right there. And now, right now, we're using the pen, and it's set at about 6 points, which is fine. And then we're just going to run our finger right across that line. You can actually do it anywhere, and it'll draw a straight line, right? So I could draw a line here, 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 here. It'll draw a line anywhere. I'll undo those, but I want it right where that red line is. All right. Then, nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the trees. Now the trees are a little tricky. And if you get into this and it's just a little too complicated, you can erase it and then you can just draw maybe some mountains in the background, some sloping mountains, something that's, kind of like, let's get back over here. I don't know why it messes up like that, but something that's just kind of sloping like that. You can do some sort of mountains in the background, but I'm going to do these trees. I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to do my ruler again, and I'm going to set this up at about I don't know, an angle like that. Okay. Then I'm going to shrink this down a bit. And then I'm going to make all of the trees that one side at that angle. I'm just going to go across. I'm going to make like 5 or 6 different sides of that tree. Okay, so, and you don't have to do it right on the line. You can do it anywhere. It's just all going to be at the same angle. So I'm going to start over here. I'll make that. I'm going to go like this, like this. And they're all a little different, right? Different heights. Now, I'm going to swing this the other way, and I'm going to do the other side. So now I'm going to start at the top of these. And you can kind of overlap. We'll go back and we'll erase. We'll do what we need to do. But we're just going to, I kind of want to cross over the other ones. Like so. Okay. Now, I may, yeah, that'll work. So I may have to go back and I'm going to take off the ruler. I'm going to go back and connect some of these. And you can just do it with your finger if you have to. Doesn't have to be perfect. This one I was really off on, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to look good later. And you want all the lines to be connected because we're going to be filling it in with color. And if it's outside, if you have any little gaps, that color, when you fill it, it's going to fill up your whole screen. We don't want to do that. Okay, now, so I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do another layer of trees in the background. So I'm going to find that same little angle. And I'm going to do a tree back here. And a tree back here, and maybe one here, and maybe one here. And I'll swing it back this other way. And we'll make a tree back there, a tree back here, a tree back here, and a tree back here. Okay, good. Get rid of our ruler. And then I'm going to go in and fill in some of the little gaps. Make sure it's connected. This is the hardest part. So be patient. Good. And then we're going to erase. The eraser is just below the pin there. And we're just gonna, we'll have to reset our eraser. So touch the eraser one more time. And I like a hard eraser, so that spot that's kind of fuzzy, we're gonna put our finger on that and we're gonna go down. It's nice and sharp. Then we're gonna touch the size. We're gonna drop that down to like 10 or 12. And then we're gonna erase. Erase your peaks. So yeah, so this is, you're getting a little bit of practice with that ruler, which is good. I used it when I was doing Miss Anna's perspective drawing, right? I'd line that thing up on the cabin, and then I went to my vanishing point over there, and then I just used that. Oh, it was easy, real easy. So it's a good tool to get familiar with. Oh, looks like Jonna has a question. Okay, what's going on?
I don't know how to zoom in.
You don't know how to zoom in. Okay, so you just like anything else, any other type of, well, like most of them, you just put your 2 fingers on it and you go out and you should zoom in. Working?
No.
It's not working. Should be able to.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's working. Okay.
Then how do I move around?
You should be able just to move around. You can put both fingers on it and move around. Are you getting it? It
Yeah.
looks like that Kindle's maybe not quite as sensitive as it could be.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can see when she's talking that her picture shows up there, and she's got a little Kindle that she's using, and she's working along with me. Let me see if I can do a different view. So I'll finish what we're working on here. Some of these lines weren't that great.
There's a question, Rosa.
Okay.
She says, how do I do it unshakily?
On what?
How do I do it unshakily?
I don't understand. Oops.
It takes practice.
It does take practice. It takes practice, Rosa. If you try it, and if it doesn't look right, just hit undo, which is that little undo mark up there, and just try it again. Okay, so those are my trees. Let me redraw this a little bit. There we go. All right, looks nice. Okay, how you doing, Gianna?
I'm slow, but it is working good so far.
As you can see, she's using a stylus. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do now, if you like the way your trees are and where they're set, that's great. But I'm going to kind of shrink my trees down. So I'm going to lasso them. I'm going like this. I'm going to lasso them and try not to get my line. And then I'm going to make them a little shorter because I want to put clouds up there in the sky. So I'm going to shrink this down, but then I'm going to spread it out so it fits to the ends.
Wait. How did you lasso them?
So there's a lasso over on the left. You see it? It's highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you would do it.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. I think it looks pretty good, Gianna.
You sure? How do I move it?
Rebecca is asking, how do I draw fish or trees, but really detailed?
You would take Miss Anna's class, right? The detail that we did one on the fish, that's about as much time as I'm going to spend on a fish if you go look at our fish video. But if you want to learn more about animals and stuff, you take Miss Anna's drawing class, and she's got a creatures and features or something class. And Yeah, you can make it as detailed as you want. If you look at her video with the eye, she drew that eye. I did it on here. I drew the eye on here, and it looked pretty good. It looked pretty realistic. So so that can be done. Okay, so we're gonna move on now. So I like my trees, and they're in a good place. Okay, so now we're going to color it. So we're gonna go to our fill bucket, which is just below the lasso bucket. And then you touch the bucket again, and the color comes up. And touch the color. And my trees are going to be green, so I'm going to touch over in the green section. And when you're looking at trees, the ones that are closer to you are usually darker, and the ones behind are lighter. So I'm going to pick a kind of a light green, close it, and then I'm going to touch all these trees that are in the back.
Ah.
Okay, so when you have that problem, Gianna, you didn't close your gaps.
Okay.
So it's going to find every path that it can. So you're going to have to finish your little lines all the way to the ends. Put your fingers on there for a minute and hold it before you move it. That
It's
helps.
just drawing lines. I can actually do it better when I'm erasing.
Okay.
All right.
So those lines, yeah, from the side of the mountain have to go all the way to the edge of your, yeah, have to be closed in. There you go. Not a mountain, it's a tree. Okay, then we're going to go to find another color. So I'm going to go back to the green. I'm going to drop this down a little bit, get a darker green. Close it. And then I'll touch the ones in front. So you have 2 rows of trees there. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to change it to a blue. And I'm going to do kind of a light blue for the sky. So that's a nice light blue. Close that. And that'll be my sky. And I'll go back. Make it a little darker for the water. Looks a little purple.
Wait, did you do the darker trees first, or did you just do the sky?
I did the dark trees first.
Okay.
So you just drag that little dot down into the dark area a little bit. There you go. Uh-oh.
I erased some accidentally when I was trying to zoom in.
Undo it.
I don't.
You need to undo that color.
I can't.
Why?
Because I accidentally went out again.
Okay, so just go find a white and fill it all white again.
Learning new things.
There's
just the upper left-hand corner of that block.
Oh. Okay. I swear. Okay.
I'm going to let you catch up a little bit here. Okay. Okay, so one of the things that we can do is we can grab an image from any other FlipaClip movie that we've made. Okay, so we're going to be doing this later, but while John is catching up here, I'm going to show you. I can back out of this one and I can go find like my fish video, this one, and I can lasso my fish out of this video, copy it, back out again, go back into my boat and fish one that I'm doing, and I can paste it in there. So we're going to be using this fish later. And I can shrink him down a little bit because I must have hit copy twice. Uh-oh, not good. We don't want them on there yet. But that's how you would do it. You can add anything in that you want from any other FlipaClip movie that you've been doing. Okay. How's it going, Jonna?
Terrible.
Okay, so here's the deal. You can go color it later. Let's move on to the boat. Okay.
Wait. Okay, I'll do that later.
Yeah, you can fill it in later. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to our layers now. So down in the bottom right-hand corner, touch that little one with the little boxes, and we're going to hit add, the little plus. Now we're going to have layer 2. And layer 2 is on top of layer 1, which is exactly where we want it. We want it on top. And the red little bar is over to the left of layer 2, says that's the one you're working on now. Great. So we're going to touch our screen, touch off of that, go away. Now we're going to draw our boat. So I'm going to go up to my pen, choose my pen again. I'm going to go over to my ruler up on top. My ruler comes out and I'm going to draw, a couple of straight lines. Okay. I'm going to draw a longer one. And these two are going to be about the same length. I want two that are close together. And one that's a little lower. Okay. So that's going to be the two top lines are the two edges of the boat, and the bottom line is the bottom of the boat. So now we're just going to connect these. So this one we're going to make kind of a rounded point because this is the front of the boat. We're going to take our ruler off. That's the front of the boat. And this is the back of the boat. Okay. And then it's kind of rounded in the front. Like that. And rounded in the back a little bit. And then this back corner, you need to see this back, the back corner there. So it looks like it's got depth inside of it, right? It looks like a tub almost, right? But it looks good. That's what we want. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, so this is in water, but when you're moving along in a boat, sometimes that water kind of ripples a little bit. So we're going to draw kind of a rippled line right at the base of this boat. And then make the line go past just a little bit, maybe draw a couple little lines back here. It's kind of the wake of the boat. Then we're going to erase. We're going to erase that other line. we go. Okay, so the next thing is we are going to draw the mast. And that's just basically one line right down the center. So I'll use my ruler again. And these little balls on the end, oops, help you get it straight up and down. And then you just go the top down. Just like that. Click the ruler to get it off of there. And now we're going to freehand our sail. Okay. Take that back. I'm going to draw the bottom of the sail with the line. So that's going to be the bottom of my sail. And it's going to be both sides of my sail. So there's a sail on both sides. Now I'll take my ruler off. And now I'm going to freehand my sail. I think I got a little glitch in here. Seem to have to go in and out to get my pen to start sometimes. Okay. Something like that. And then you can do another one on the other side. And we can connect all these up at the top. Now, maybe get a little confused here because you have that background in there. So, I'm going to color in the sails just so I can kind of see where everything's at. So I'm going to go to my fill, my color fill, and I'm going to change this over to white. Just going to hit that upper left-hand corner, close it, fill in my cells. Okay, that looks good. Now let's go ahead and fill in our boat while we're at it. So I'm going to change the color. I'm going to choose a brown over here. And I'm going to do two colors of brown. I'm going to do a lighter one for the outside. Kind of looks orange. Like that. Something like that. That's about the same. And then a little darker one for the inside. There's more shadows inside here. All right, coming together. Now I'm going to go to my eraser and I'm going to erase some of these little lines that are sticking out here. Okay. And the last little piece we need is the flag up on top. So we're going to freehand this. I'm going to make the pole a little longer. And then we're just going to kind of make like a Z shape of some sort. That. And then back the way we came. Easy peasy, right? And we'll just fill that with a nice red color. And we got our flag. Oops. Oops. We should get off that. All right, so at this point, you can decide how big you want your boat. All right, you drew it nice and big. Maybe it's too big. Maybe you want it to look a little smaller. You get to choose. So you can lasso this and shrink it down if you want. Move it over to the side. And that's where I'm going to put mine. And now we're going to start animating. We are on layer 2, so we can animate our boat. We can also do, I forgot to do this, but do this real quick. We can put some clouds in here. Wow, can't grab my tool for some reason. There we go. Put this up here. I'm just going to make a few little lines. Like so. Take my ruler off, and then I'm going to freehand some clouds. What do you need, sweetie?
Slow down.
Well, I'm running out of time. I'm trying to.
Okay.
You can pause when we finish it. You can go back
Yeah, you can go back when we're done
and replay the video.
and replay the video. But I want to finish by noon here, so you can put some clouds up in the sky. I'm going to make those white. And then I'm going to animate this boat. And you can animate the clouds too. You can have the clouds moving along with the wind. Be kind of cool. So I'm going to go to my frame viewer, which is the 3 little dots up in the right-hand corner. I'm going to go to my frames viewer, and I'm just going to make about 12 copies of this. So I'm going to, frame viewer. And I'm going to touch and hold that one. Go down to the bottom where you have the copy, and then over to the right with the little clipboard, I'm going to paste it. And I'm just going to paste, a good dozen of them, at least. You might want to do more. Okay. And then we're going to go back. So now that's where our boat starts. We'll go to frame number 2, and then it's just a matter of doing the lasso and making the adjustment. I'll lasso this guy and just move him a little bit. And I have my onion skin on so I can see where the other one is behind there. You need to turn your onion skin on, go up to your 3 dots, and right there where it says onion, you want to turn that on. So now I'm going to go to 3, I'm going to circle, move this over here, 4, and just go through this process. Now the shorter amount of space that you move it, the smoother it's going to look. You could have it actually shrinking if you wanted to. If you wanted this boat going off into the distance, you could have it kind of shrink a little bit. Just use the same tool. Okay. And 12, so we got about 1 second worth of video there. Right, and if I hit the little play button to the right, yeah, it's floating right along. like I got a little line in there. Oh, well. So now I'm going to go back to my other video. I'm going to find my fish because I want to put the fish in there. I'm going to lasso my fish and copy him. Go back into my boat and fish, and I'm going to paste him in here. I'm going to shrink him down because he's not going to be a big fish. I guess you could make him a big fish. You could take out the boat if you wanted to. I mean, but I'm just going to do a little fish here. Okay. And then I'm going to copy him, and I'm going to paste him into the next few frames. I'm just going to the next frame, and I'm just hitting the paste up above. On all those frames, he's in the same spot, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to move him. We're going to animate him. So the first frame, we're going to lasso him. We're going to have him coming out of the water. So I'm using the little handle up on top to rotate him. He's going to come flying out of the water. But the way I like to do that is I like to zoom in on him, and I'm going to lasso part of his body off and delete it. So it looks like he's coming up out of the water. Okay. And number 2, we're going to lasso him, rotate him. And he's going to be moving pretty fast, so you don't have to make him go real slow. When fish come out, they go really fast, right? Go to 3, same process. But when he gets to the top, he'll go a little bit slower, top of his arc. And then he'll start rotating back down. I need one more here, so I'll hit paste again. And we will just get him going into the water again. Then we need to lasso him off a little bit. Delete that, so it looks like he's going in. How about that? All right, there you go. You got your boat. You got your fish jumping. That's 1 second worth of video. Now you can just do as much as you want. You can move that boat all around. You could make fish everywhere jumping throughout the whole lake. You can do whatever you want, but we're showing you these little techniques so that you can build, so you can actually build stories. So start the story process. This is fine. This isn't really telling the story though. So you need to find the story. What is the story here? You know, you got a fish, maybe you jumped into the boat, maybe you have a little character in there and they make friends. And then, I don't know, you know, they become good friends and they rescue the princess who's back in the forest. I don't know, something like that. You come up with the story. It doesn't, you just be creative and share that with us, okay? We want to know, we want to hear what God's showing you. We want to see that creativity that's inside of you, okay? So thanks for joining me today. Thinking maybe in a couple of days I might do a different type of animation. We might do some stop motion, but look for that. And Anna's going to have some things coming this way. So you guys have a good day. We love you. Bye-bye.